Hey guys, it's Jess and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a Q&A all about high school versus college. So I thought what better timing to do this video than this week because we are celebrating the release of my new study skills book, The High School Survival Guide. So this book is filled with study tips and advice and guidance, and it goes a lot more in depth into a lot of the questions you guys have sent through. So if you haven't already checked it out and pre-ordered, the links will be in the description box below. There is worldwide shipping and you can download the ebook or you can purchase the paperback cover as well. Let's get into the Q&A today about high school and college. I have a ton of your questions, so let's get started. Okay, so the first question was from Kenzie Peterson.15, and the question is, how would you make new friends? So when I was in school, I found that the best way to make new friends was to get involved in extracurricular activities and find people that had a lot in common with you. So I was in drama club, chess club, I was always in the school play, I loved dancing, so I was usually a dancer. And I just found that's a really good way to engage with other students, and also trying to sit near other students rather than just your BFF all the time is a really good way to actually get to know other students as well. And when it came to university, we had an open day, so we would all get to go in and meet all of the other students that were going to be in the same course as us. And it's a really good way to socialize and get to know who's going to be studying with you, who's at your university, and you'll typically have the same classes together as well. So I just remember really getting so excited after the first day because everyone was so keen to get to know one another. So it's really nice when everyone's in the same boat as you and you all feel like you want to make that effort to really make new friends as well. I love the next question here. It's from Dude It's Just Angie. What are some things you have to do to succeed in college that you didn't necessarily have to do in high school? So definitely being self-motivated. I cannot stress how important this is. No one else is going to hold you accountable for your grades. It's all up to you. So make sure that you are being organized, getting on top of your work, making sure that you're leaving yourself reminders, because usually the lecturers won't remind you when an assignment is due in a couple of days, and they're probably not going to chase you up when they have so many other students enrolled in their course as well. So it's all about being responsible for your own future and really knowing why you're studying in the first place, because you're enrolled in that course because you wanted to be there. So unlike attending school, college is not compulsory. So if you're going to college or university, you're there because you really want to be there, and things that you're studying are the things that interest you. So make sure that you are being responsible for yourself, that you're being self-motivated and reminding yourself why you chose to enroll in that course in the first place. That'll really get you through. That'll make sure that you are attending all of your classes, you're getting your work done, and you're showing up with a more enthusiastic mindset as well. Next question is from Emily DeGray, which is, did you ever want to be part of the popular people, and if so, were you? Love you, Jess. Love you too, Emily. So when I was younger in school, I did want to be part of the popular group. I had a lot of friends at school, but I wasn't the it girl. I wasn't that most popular girl at school. So I think it doesn't really matter who you're friends with as long as your friends accept you for who you are and you feel like you can be yourself and you're enjoying spending time with them. So as you get older, it kind of doesn't really matter though. So by the time I was in my final years of school, no one really had a group exactly. It was more like everyone just kind of broke away from groups and everyone was just friends with whoever they wanted to be friends with, which was really nice. And then when you get into university, there's no real cliques or groups either, which is really nice as well. You end up just befriending like-minded people, which is just the best thing to do. Next question is from Alice J27, which is, do you get free time at college? So when I was in university, yes, I had a lot of free time, but it really depends how you make use of that time as well. So most of that free time were those gaps between my lectures or tutorials. So rather than just going home or going to the shops and just really not using my time wisely, I would actually make the most of it and I would head to the library, catch up on my work, revise, or even work on assignments. So you'll usually have a couple of hours each day for your lectures and tutorials. Some days you might even have completely off, really depends on the subjects and the electives you're doing, but there's definitely a lot less time where you spend in class compared to when you're at school. Next question is from Lois_Olivia_XOXO, which is, how do you manage stress while studying? So this is a really common challenge I find that a lot of students encounter, which is why I did make it one of the main chapters of my book, The High School Survival Guide. So to answer your question briefly though, I think it's all about not putting too much pressure on yourself. So focus on what you're actually trying to learn and study instead of the grades that you want to get. Because I think when you don't put so much pressure on yourself, and I don't mean to not set the bar high or not have expectations or not do your best, But just when you don't put that pressure on yourself saying you have to get a certain grade, then a lot of that pressure and stress seems to just dissolve. Also, I find that having a life outside of school or college really helps as well. So remembering that there's more to life than just studying. Otherwise, the more that you focus just on your studies, the less whole you're going to feel in yourself, the less okay about your own life you're going to be feeling, because your life is made up of many different dimensions, many different elements and relationships and hobbies. So you don't want to be neglecting all of those things just because you're very passionate about your studies or you're very concerned about your grades. Jasleen203 asks, how to save your gum and pencils from evil people, aka classmates. I actually heard that one good idea is to keep an empty packet of gum in your bag, and when they ask you for gum, just let them know that you don't have any, but it's kind of a lie. The next question is from Georgia Lovable, which is, I'm starting my second year of college, but I'm a bit terrified. Reason being, I didn't do as well as I wanted last semester. So my question to you is, how do I recover from last year and what can I do to improve this year? So I can definitely relate to you on this issue here, because when I started university, my grades in my first year were nowhere near what I had hoped they would be. I didn't do as well as I wanted, even though I was trying really hard. And I think it's because a lot of the assignments were new to me, so I was still getting the hang of writing things like a lab report or writing a thesis. Again, these things are very different to what you study in high school. So I found that the best way and the fastest way for me to have improved my grades was actually making times with my tutors and lecturers to go over the information and go over my assignments. Because if all of this work is now new to you and you're still acquiring new skills, then it's all about practicing them. So personally, when I started university, I was enrolled in a statistics unit, and I had never learned statistics in my life. Not once was I familiar with any of the material in this subject, and it was really challenging at first. But over the years, I was able to really get the hang of it and practice my skills, and eventually it actually became my best subject. So look at that, guys. Practice really does make perfect. Next question is from the original Elan. Do you recommend extracurricular activities in high school? Did you do any? So yes, like I said before about managing stress and having a well-balanced life, absolutely, you guys should be doing things other than studying. It's important though that you don't overload yourself. So if you're finding that it's eating into your time when you really should be working, you're falling behind on your work, or you're ending up feeling really tired or fatigued, then you're probably doing too much. You have a little bit too much on your plate. So even just trying to do things on the weekend, that can be a really good idea. So definitely don't neglect yourself and make sure you do find time to do other things that you do enjoy. One more question. Adina Taukir 7795 says, what's the difference between the amount of assignments and homework they give? It really depends on the subject you're talking about. So when I got to university, I found that some subjects had more challenging and more time-consuming homework or assignments. As far as homework goes, actually, you don't really get regular homework. It's more weekly readings, making sure you're revising the content regularly so that you're staying up to date, and then you'll have a few major assignments as the semester progresses. So it's really up to you to make sure that you pace yourself and complete the work as you go throughout the semester, rather than the lecturers giving you work every single night and then you complete it for the following day. Okay, I have honestly answered a ton of questions today. So if you guys wanted to check out my study skills book, The High School Survival Guide, it is now available for pre-order. All the links will be in the description box below. Like I said, I'm going to be addressing a lot of these sort of questions in more detail in this book, and it is appropriate to students of all ages. These tips aren't really age specific. And also in Australia, high school is from grade 7 through to grade 12. So if you haven't already pre-ordered, click the links below. And of course, if you have any more of your study questions you want me to answer, then leave them in the comment box below. I'll try and answer them for you as well. And follow me on social media. You can always comment questions there, and I'm usually pretty good with responding to most of them as well. Alright guys, have an awesome week, and I'll see you in a couple of days with another back to school video. Bye guys!